You see, if you want to win the Champions League, whether you like it or not, you must have the perfect left back and right back. You cannot win the Champions League with average left back and right back. No. If you want to win the UEFA Champions League title, check all the teams who have won the Champions League recently. They have world class left back and right back. If you look at the PSG team, they have Nuno Mendes as the left back, Hakimi right back. These are world class. So what? Why am I saying this initially? Manchester United have refused to address their left back and right back. You see, in a team that wants to be successful, a team that wants to compete with the very best, the likes of Bayern Munich, Barcelona, the PSG, the Real Madrid, you cannot compete against these top teams with Diego Dalot and Luke Shaw. Now, don't get me wrong, they're not bad players. Luke Shaw cannot stay fit all through a season. That last season that Luke Shaw was able to stay fit was because Manchester United were playing just one competition all season. In fact, the gap between matches sometimes falls down to 3 weeks, especially when there's international break. So because of it, Luke Shaw have enough ample time to rest and recover well before the next game. Now, just imagine that Manchester United were playing every three days. Do you think Luke Shaw would have stayed fit the way he stayed fit for the later part of last season? Because I think he was injured at the beginning of the season. So later he came back, and apart from that, he didn't have any serious injury that would have kept him out for a long time. Now, on the part of Diego Dalot, apart from the fact that maybe he has his speed, he can run forward, but his defensive abilities is zero. If Manchester United are playing against a team who have a very trickish left winger, there is a left winger who can hold the ball and dribble very well and enter, then it is a walk in the park for him on a very good day against Diego Dalot's day. In fact, many people say Ahmad Diallo should be starting ahead of Mbomo, not because he attacks more than Mbomo, no, just because he can so that he can support defensively Diego Dalot, who is weak defensively. So if Manchester United are playing against teams who have the best left wingers, then it is a walk in the park. They are going to take him out with, in fact, less than a second, he's out of the way. So Manchester United refusing to address this left. See, there's Mazarawi there. There's Mazarawi there, but Mazarawi cannot be relied upon. First of all, he hardly stays fit. And even when he's fit, he does not give consistent performances. Mazarawi may perform today, the next game he will be the flop of the game. So that is big inconsistency. So right now, Manchester United doesn't have that world class left, right or left back. On the part of left back, you can see that Patrick Dogo, who was bought to play as left back, is not a natural left back. In fact, he's even a better left winger than a left back. Last season proved that. So, if Manchester United fail to address the left back and the right back positions, it will come down to one thing. The defense are going to suffer because the back four does not consist of only two central defenders. The right back and the left back join the defense when the opponents are attacking them. So let's say, for example, Martinez and Maguire are playing. If Martinez and Maguire are playing and they displace Dalot, it will be very difficult for Martinez to leave his wing to go and cover for Dalot. And even though he tries, he leaves his wing to go and cover for Dalot, then there's a lot of spaces already for the opponent to explore. So a world-class left and right back is necessary in Manchester United. Now, Manchester United may not be going into next season to win the Champions League, no. They may not be going to win the Premier League, no, but maybe they want to compete. But if you want to compete, you need the best. And you cannot go do that with Diego Dalot in the team. I will keep saying it. Diego Dalot is an average right back and shouldn't be playing for a team who wants to win the big titles. Their biggest, I think, the biggest trophies they have won with Manchester United is the FA Cup, the Carling Cup. That is the biggest trophies they have won. I'm not sure it was the part of the team that won the Europa League. So they don't really have that experience of winning the league title, not to talk of the Champions League. And like I said before, if you want to win the league title, then you must have at least six players in your team who have the experience of winning the league already. So that they can groom the younger players in the team, maybe talk to them, tell them what it entails to win the league, tell them that the league is a marathon, not a sprint. So these are what players with experience do in a team. That is why Manchester United should not sign only young players. You should also sign experience. Experience is good in that dressing room. They're the ones to talk to the boys and tell them what it means to play for Manchester United, what it means to play for the badge. So I think Manchester United should be looking at strengthening their left and right back. Even if they don't buy a central defender this year, although it's risky because I can bet you that Martins delayed will not stay fit. He cannot be fit all through the season. It's not possible. Even Martinez cannot be fit all through the season. Maguire at some point will also be injured, and that is where you will now be left with Leniero and Eddie Heaven. But Luke Shaw is not a bad player, but I can also bet that he will not stay fit. Then the Mazraoui, who's supposed to be a backup to Diego Dalot, says that he's contemplating quitting football and becoming an imam. So somebody who said he's contemplating quitting football to become an imam, what does that tell you? Do you want to build your team around such a player, or do you see that player as part of your plans going forward? So I think the board should consider the left back and the right back for Manchester United, unless they are telling me that they are no longer ready to win the league in 2028 as projected.